Hi everybody, I'm Courtney from Schneider's Driver Recruiting. Joining with us again today is Steve. You're becoming a regular and I like it. Yeah, Steve, one of our many really talented instructors here at the Green Bay Training Center. We're in one of the classrooms here at the Training Center too. Today we're going to talk a little bit about a very debated topic sometimes, depending on who you're speaking with, truck driver etiquette. So we'll kind of break it up into two parts, basically. You as a driver, what you should be doing when you're on the road or at truck stops, whatever it may be. And then the second one is me as somebody that does not have a commercial license, what should I be doing while I'm on the road with commercial drivers as well. So you're the expert, that's why I brought you in too. I can't be answering questions about commercial drivers when I don't drive the commercial trucks. So Steve's got plenty of background experience, has been training for about almost 10 years now too. So a lot of good information. If you have any questions, make sure to have them. We're live, so put them in the comments down below. We'll try to answer those as they come in and help you out with those too. So we'll kind of kick it off and start with truck drivers. As somebody that is driving a commercial vehicle, so let's just start off with some of the do's and don'ts. The biggest things I saw were what do you do at truck stops? So kind of a blanket overview of the do's and don'ts when you get into a truck stop.
Well, you do want to park in a well-lit area. I always tell drivers to park between two trucks, because if you park in an end spot, most likely you're likely to get hit at that time.
Yep.
If you're coming into fuel, make sure you guys aren't parking in the fuel station and taking a shower.
That was one of the biggest things I saw online, was the person that goes into the fuel lane, fuels up, goes inside to grab a bite to eat, take a shower, and then leaves the truck there at the fuel stop. And you know, how long does that take?
That's a big one.
Well, because how many, depending on, I guess, the truck stop, you know, there's only a limited amount of lanes to fuel up.
The proper thing to do is, if you're going to go in a stop and get something to eat, you would pull your truck out of the fuel island and you leave enough room for somebody else to fuel up behind you. Then you could run in quick and use the bathroom and come back out, but that's about as much time as you want to give them.
Right, as quick as you possibly can. Gotcha.
And another don't you want to do is, a lot of the drivers think they can get away with fueling while being off duty. Well, it's an on-duty task.
Yeah, tell me a little more about that. You were kind of filling me in.
That's one of the bigger logbook violations that you would have is fueling off duty.
How long does it, for somebody that isn't, you know, well versed on fueling a commercial truck, how long does it take to usually fill
It
up?
only takes, if you're doing both tanks, about 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay,
That's
so not usually, too very long.
Well, depending on how their pumps work and stuff like that. Some of them pump 60 gallons a minute, you know. So whatever. So about, on average, about 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay.
Something like that.
So fueling while you're not necessarily on your log.
Well, you have to be working.
You have to be
working.
Okay.
Yes.
So
even if you're changing your windshield wipers at the truck stop, that should be on duty also.
Okay. Anything where you're touching your truck, working on your truck.
Cleaning the windows, mirrors, etc.
Okay. All right. Talk to us a little bit about. I've gotten a lot of just questions too about any driver that shares a truck, how to the cleanliness, I guess, for lack of a better term, as to how you leave your truck. I was taught growing up, leave it something better than the way you found it.
Yeah, that's the way you should leave it. I never drove with a slip sleeder, so I basically had my truck. I wiped it down once a week.
Okay.
But for slip sleeders, it's like a marriage. You have to be able to be compatible with that other driver. Make sure they're doing the same things you're doing, keeping it clean. So
yeah, absolutely.
One of the biggest things that DOT looks for is like stuff all over the dash. If it's all over the dash,
Can you
it's a good way to get pulled in.
I was just gonna say, you can get pulled in or pulled over if you got a lot of wrappers, junk.
Yeah, exactly.
On the dash. How about talking about? I had a couple people online too talk about going into customers and how you should present yourself, and so we don't think about that as etiquette necessarily, as much as like how you as a Schneider driver are going to present yourself to a customer when you get out of the truck.
Well, we're the face of Schneider.
Absolutely.
We're selling the service.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're looking for is you want to go in there, you want to be presentable, you don't want to be going in there wearing pajama bottoms and holey shoes and flip-flops, and you want to look presentable, you want to look professional. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you go in there, be polite.
Yeah.
Even if the guy's having a bad day.
Right.
You still got to be polite, you still want to get your stuff in here, and you start
gnawing
on it a little bit. Yeah, it gets to be button heads and they're loading your truck.
Right, absolutely. And that can easily come on back to operations manager.
Yeah, we sell, this is all we have to sell is customer service.
Yeah,
right? We're
absolutely.
taking our products from point A to point B.
Yep.
And we want to look presentable, we want to be professional.
Right.
Mind your P's and Q's, no swearing, et cetera, et cetera.
Just basically being nice. It's as simple as that sounds. So we wanted to remind you we are live talking a little bit about truck driver etiquette. You can ask your questions. A little bit of shout out to Jesus. He's going to be starting his training on March 31st in Pennsylvania.
Carlisle.
Awesome. Good job. Carlisle, or is March 31st a Tuesday? Yes, it is.
Tuesday.
So it is in Carlisle. So
Yep.
good luck. And Kenneth, I can't wait to sign on with Schneider. Awesome.
Rock
Well,
on.
hopefully, if you've applied already, you definitely can. SchneiderJobs.com. We have plenty of recruiters that can help you out. Whether you're a new driver and been driving for many, many years, we can definitely talk to you. We have tons of recruiters on hand 7 days a week. And also we'll be there to walk you through any position that may interest you in your area. So make sure to always, give us a call if you have any questions. 800-44-PRIDE. We're talking today about truck driver etiquette.
Correct.
Is that right? Somebody's going to tell kids to respect the veteran drivers. I think we mean newer drivers respecting veteran drivers. I think there needs to be a mutual respect with everybody, whether you are
absolutely.
veteran or
Veteran drivers are drivers that have been out there for a while. They could also be veterans.
Yeah.
They, like I said, we've been out there, but they also started from where the new drivers started from,
Yeah,
too.
everybody was at one time a new
Yes.
driver.
Yes.
So
I
yeah.
respect everybody no matter who they are.
Yeah, good. Well, wish we would all have one like you.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, keep asking those questions. Somebody online here says, I'm gonna just quick scan it real quick. It's a long question. So basically, a lot of experience with being an automotive electrician, 15 years of driving experience in the job as well. That's awesome. Just loves Schneider so much. Wants to be a part of this company. Awesome. If you would want to apply with us, once again, SchneiderJobs.com. We can find something in and around your area that would fit your needs and suit your needs. So if you got driving experience, that'll help out tremendously too. So good job. I wanted to talk to you a little about, we dove in, talked about drivers. If you're a driver, how much do you etiquette with you and other drivers as well? I think what we really should touch on too is somebody like me, who's a non-CDL driver, driving on the road with a commercial driver.
Sure.
So we might get some debates and stuff. But we were just even chatting earlier about a lot of people don't know or understand a lot of rules or laws even.
Correct.
So I think it's really good and a good way to kind of start and chat a little bit too about. So we'll just kind of dive on in merging onto a highway. Who has the right of way?
Well, whoever's on the highway has the right of way.
Right.
The merging traffic should be trying to get up to highway speed, making sure it's clear for them to go in, and then they should go in. They should not be going in at 35 miles an hour on a 70-mile-an-hour road, because that's a very bad traffic hazard.
Yeah.
And people think because we're a truck, we're slower. Well, our trucks do 63.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
we're up there, and if you come in at 35, it's not going to be it's not going to be a pretty picture.
No. And I think trying to figure out that right, I live quite a bit by a highway there where a lot of people are merging on at one time and feel as though, well, I'm just going to hit the gas as hard as I possibly can to get by this truck, or not. And then all of a sudden now that merging lane is ending and I got to cut in front.
Right.
That's scary stuff.
Yes,
That's
especially with
very
our
scary stuff.
on-guard system that we have on our truck, we like
Yeah.
to apply our brakes. So
Right,
yes.
absolutely. So I guess story to take away, whoever is on the highway has the right of way.
Correct.
Perfect. That's what the merging lane is for. why
That's
they
what
make
it's
so
for.
long.
Correct.
We were talking about turning before, getting off on the highway, or getting off the highway, excuse me. Say you're both, me and a commercial truck are both making a right turn, and that commercial truck is on my left-hand side. Should I be sneaking up real fast to try to get past them, or what's the correct truck driver?
If it's a multiple lane turn, that driver should be in the right lane, farmost, rightmost lane. Okay. If it's a regular 4-lane highway, normally a CMV driver is going to get themselves tight to that right lane, and he might swing out a little bit into that left lane. He's trying to protect the right side, is what he's trying to do.
Okay.
So you want to give him most of the signs on the back of the trucks. You give
Makes
stay
wide
back,
right turns,
wide right turns, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, you got to give him a little space.
Okay. No, but if I'm in a situation where I know I need to be in the right-hand lane to make the turn, couldn't really, we just kind of both came up to the stop at the same time. Should I hang back a little bit?
You should.
Yeah.
You should, yeah, because like I said, sometimes that driver does not see you. There's a lot of blind spots on there. There's at least 4 different blind spots on your truck.
Tell us where those are.
You got one in the front. You have the 2 on both sides. You have one on the left, one on the right, and you have a big one in the back.
Right.
And the one on the right is bigger. So.
All right, sounds good. Howard's saying you need to dress like a professional driver. Clean pants, shirts, shoes. Always put on coveralls when working around the truck to keep clothes clean. Another great mention as a truck driver, just basic etiquette, just being presentable. So whether you're going into a customer or just, just keeping yourself presentable,
there are some
having
drivers
pride,
out there that don't look very,
having pride in yourself to, wherever you're going to, absolutely. Keep commenting. We are live talking a little bit about truck driver etiquette, whether you as a driver or drivers without CDLs on the road, how you have etiquette with each other too, is kind of what we're talking about today. So if you have questions, comments, whatever you do, whatever you need, say them. We'll try to address them. Jimmy just graduated truck driving school, hoping to sign on, maybe buy a truck with Schneider to run OTR. Awesome. Good. So yeah, Jimmy, we have plenty of open spots for new drivers. Make sure to just give us a call at 844-FRIDAY. We can kind of find something that fits best for you. We have a lot of dedicated accounts right now that are popping up left and right that are really kind of a nice way to start, get on a good routine, get you a little bit, get your feet wet and go. And so a lot of the opportunities, no matter where you live, usually that we can help you out with. So make sure to check out Schneider Jobs. And I crack up. Oh my gosh, Joseph, I'm so glad that you're talking. So Joseph chats and watches our videos all the time. Current driver. Thank you very much, Joseph. So shout out to Joseph. Says rule of thumb when turning, you should always make a vehicle, have a vehicle to your left. So as you were saying, absolutely. So making a right-hand turn in a multi-lane, be in the far right, if you can. And, you know what I mean? A lot of times I find that the poor truck is trying to get over, but there's just every other small personal vehicle.
Give us a little, everything you can possibly think of is delivered in a truck.
Yeah.
Give us a break.
We had Schneider Jobs had on SchneiderJobs.com had a little tidbit the other day on our social media posts that I thought was very interesting. If all truck drivers stopped ceasing deliveries today, your grocery store would be out of food in 3 days.
In 3 days.
In 3 days. So think about that the next time you're going to the grocery store picking up whatever you may need. A truck driver delivered that. Correct. So that's pretty neat. And I thought that was very, very interesting.
Yes.
A couple other things about, we got in a good debate about roundabouts. So a lot of different states have roundabouts where you have to yield to the car to your left. Some of them multi-lane roundabouts as well. Something that here in Wisconsin we've had for many years so far, but just recently, within the last couple of years, they actually made it illegal, which I didn't know.
February of 2016, they enacted a law with the state of Wisconsin, enacted a law saying that if a truck is in the roundabout, they basically own it. So
I cannot be in it.
You could be in it behind him, but you can't be alongside.
Okay.
Because we have, like I said, it's an 80-foot long truck. It's turned. We're sweeping our mirrors. We're trying to make sure we're not hitting anything. Sometimes the driver will go in there with their flashers on. But it's a big thing because we don't want anybody to get hurt.
Right.
I mean, we're 80,000 pounds versus a 3,000-pound four-wheeler, as we call them. So
Hyundai Tucson.
No,
so I'm glad we brought that up because I didn't know that, and that's been a law for a couple of years in Wisconsin.
Since February 2016, they enacted a law. So if, say, I'm in a roundabout and some guy tries to pass me and they hit me,
I'm at the
car is at fault.
Car's at fault. Okay, that's very interesting.
Yes.
When I'm on the highway and I see other commercial vehicles flashing their lights or the lights going on and off, is that something that non-commercial driver need to worry about?
No, usually it's just telling another driver they can pass.
Okay. Another commercial driver.
Another commercial. So basically the one driver's in the right lane, the other one's trying to pass him,
Yep.
and he just flashes his lights just to let him know he's coming.
Say, hey, you're in the clear,
Oh, yeah.
go right ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. How about leaving, now speaking of passing, leaving room to pass. So if I want to pass a commercial truck and then have to get back over in front, we talk about this constantly with people cutting others off. How much room is the actual legit amount of space I'm supposed to have ahead before I'm hopping
This
back
is
in?
the rule of thumb I give. If you're going to pass, make sure you can see the driver in his seat, in your rearview mirror.
Yep.
And if at night you want to look for the 5 clearance lights or 6 clearance lights above the windshield before you bring her back in.
Okay.
Because we have that murder on guard.
Yeah.
States like Pennsylvania, you will get a ticket if you cut in front of the driver. They always say you have to go way out and come back in.
Right.
You want to give quite a few car lengths.
Right. Okay. Good. I like that. The driver. I didn't know that part either.
Well, I teach a little bit at some of the high schools, so that's what we tell the drivers. When you pass them, even in the daytime, if you can see the driver sitting in his seat,
right,
that's okay to pass in your rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teaching at high schools and teaching commercial
Part of
drivers.
Part of the Wisconsin road team.
Just doing everything. Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. Now, again, we are live talking a little bit about truck driver etiquette. So not only we mentioned truck driver etiquette, but we are kind of merging that into non-CDL driver etiquette too. So the other thing we kind of wanted to talk about is we mentioned blind spots. If you happen to see a commercial vehicle on the road, tell me a little bit about. Obviously, you're just on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I know I'm supposed to try to get over. Obviously.
Right. The truck on the side of the road is our company policy.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to park on the side of the road.
Yep.
Okay. Because we've had fatalities because they're not supposed to be there.
Right.
Okay.
So no matter what, unless your tire's blown out, you should not be on the side of the road.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Right.
If you could drive it to a place where you should be, but that's Schneider's stance. But there are going to be vehicles that are going to be on the side of the road.
Yep.
You want to give them a little space, especially if there's a police officer or a paramedic.
Yeah.
Pull over.
Right.
Don't wait till the last minute because people are going to get killed.
So kind of treat them like an emergency responder.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. You don't know what that driver's going to do. His lights might not be working and he's trying to get onto the highway. You don't know.
Right. Absolutely.
Definitely want to protect yourself.
Absolutely. Protect yourself, protecting the other driver too,
Correct.
and making sure you. Yeah, perfect.
Correct.
Let's talk a little bit now about etiquette here. Is there anything that we may have now that we are coming out of winter, but in terms of winter weather or anything like that that you feel as though in terms of truck driver etiquette that a driver should follow?
Our drivers, like I said, I always tell people when they're coming into the truck stop or they're coming into an operating center, you've been driving through slush all day, sort of ride your brake a little bit to dry off those brake drums. A lot of guys are having problems getting them all froze, and then they're underneath there banging on the drum
Does slush come on up into the tires?
All up in there, and the brakes will freeze, and then I got to be out there in the morning trying to bang on the drums to get them on there.
Right.
But that's one of the things I tell them to do: pump it down below 90 psi on their air pressure, because that way it gets your air compressor going, your governor going, your air compressor going right away in the morning. There's so many things.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So I mean, I guess out of all the things that you tell drivers on a day-to-day basis, just simple etiquette. Is there any one in particular, I guess, that sticks out most? Other than be courteous and drive safe.
I try to be deliberate in everything I do.
Okay.
So I make sure I let people know what I'm doing when I'm driving that vehicle. Trying to give them the best. We don't get that from our four-wheelers. They'll cut you off. They'll do whatever they want to do. But you just try to do the best you can. Do everything deliberately. Make sure you signal ahead of time, et cetera, et cetera. You're always. I always drive my truck in a bubble. Everything that's around on the side of me, in front of me, behind me, I don't worry about so much. But I do.
Yeah.
If traffic stopped ahead of me, I might tap my brakes a little bit just to
warn the people behind you.
Warn the people, or hit my flashers.
Okay, fine. Joseph also says at night don't flash your high beams to let another driver know they can come over. You had to correct me on that before. I said something about my brights, and you said no, not the high beams.
There are marker interrupters. That's what I was telling you.
You were so good. Perfect. And so example, Joseph is getting his truck washed, parked to watch this. Oh my gosh, I love him. All right, and heading to TE orientation at the end of the month. Awesome.
Where is he getting his TE orientation? Is he coming here?
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Well, good luck on TE orientation.
Yeah.
So another thing, Joseph started off as a driver with Schneider, and then now is transitioning to be a trainer, which is something you can do here. So that's really cool, really neat, and something that if you are tell us a little bit about how to do that.
You want to be for a company for about 9 months,
okay.
And then you'll come in for our training. I was a training engineer at one point. Back when it was a 5-week program. I was going to Phoenix.
Bummer. Well, at least it's warmer there.
It's a lot warmer there than it is here. Those are good trainers that I've worked with. Those trainers.
Yeah, a lot of good things down there.
9 months. You want to make sure you're doing your procedures properly. You're making sure your logs are good. You're doing everything the way you're supposed to be doing it. And another thing I would advise somebody to do if they've been driving and they want to be in there, contact your DBL, let them know you want to do that. But there's things that you have to do to be a training engineer, like do a commentary drive.
What's a commentary?
Commentary drive is basically you would drive down the road and you're telling your passenger what you're doing.
Okay.
I'm putting on my turn signal, I'm making a right-hand turn, I'm looking at my mirrors.
Who's usually the passenger? Another trainer or your
Well, a
manager?
student.
A student? Okay.
Right?
All right.
If
Yeah.
I'm a TE and I'm doing my demo drive,
Yeah.
I'm telling them exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
and that sort of helps out. Plus doing your pre-trip and everything.
Yeah,
Your coupling, your brake tests, etc.
So basically just talking to your DVL and saying, hey, I'm interested in being a training engineer.
I've actually recommended drivers coming right out of school. I said 9 months down the road, if you want to be a training engineer, come see us.
You can just tell, come right out of truck driving.
Some guys,
or
yes.
truck-
yes.
Orientation.
They
Awesome.
have a good demeanor and they're, smooth, but,
Awesome.
not one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need one of those.
Right.
No. How about getting the ladies into training engineer? We always have a lot of.
Love to have the ladies in the.
Yeah.
I had a girl last Thanksgiving. She was bound for it, but she ended up having to quit for a reason that I can't really say on
No, that's fine.
camera. But she was like one of the best
Yeah.
drivers I've seen in a while, and I told her you should be a training engineer.
Yeah, we had that question quite a bit. If
Yes.
a new female driver's coming on and they have to go out with a training engineer, do you have any female training engineers? And we do,
We
but
do.
it's not
Yep.
as much as we
Yep.
would like. So if you're a female driver and would be very interested in
Yes.
that, that's something that we
In
need.
my experience, the ones I've trained, usually the girls are the better drivers. But sorry, guys.
Don't get us hate comments.
No.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So, if you have any last minute comments, you can definitely put those after in the bottom when we're done live here. We'll answer those questions for you. Give us a call if you're interested in driving. SchneiderJobs.com. We'll have a little more information here at the bottom. So, if you have any additional questions, definitely give us a holler or text chat to 28,000, not while you're driving. And we'll hope to hear from you very soon. Thank you.
Drive
Appreciate it.
safe.
Thank you.